Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Anthony Whitfield, and he is the author of Iron Sharpens Iron Devotional, Volume 1. Anthony, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
So Iron Sharpens Iron devotional, it came uh in a period of my life where I was dealing with various issues. Was going through a divorce, mother had a stroke, um, 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 I had an employee that passed away. So I was going through a lot of things, and so I had a pastor that challenged me to do something for men. And two of those things I created was one, we started a session where men could come together for a safe zone where we could be vulnerable and talk. And the second one was I started writing devotions.
Mm.
And so I started writing these devotions in August of 2019. And so as I wrote them and I would send them out, I said, wait a minute, the way I'm writing these, it's not just made for men. Anyone can read it and it can help anyone. And so I began sending it to everyone.
Uh-huh.
And so after a series, someone said, well, hey, why don't you put those in a book? And of course, I had to let fear get out of the way.
Yeah.
And so put the book together. And now we have Iron Sharpens Iron Devotional Volume 1.
Yay! I love this. This is wonderful. I can imagine that this is something that people can read in the morning while they're having their coffee or eating their breakfast or whatever. Just something good to start out their day right. And, I love that this came from your desire to do something for men. I think that's great and so important, for men to have something like that. And then love how it evolved into a devotional for everyone, which is just amazing. So, Anthony, what was your inspiration for writing it?
Well, the inspiration is as in any day, you can look at the news or just what's going on in within your lives. I feel that all people are dealing with something. And so what I look at in doing the devotion and inspiration is to help, right? Being biblically focused, and then crafting verses from the Bible to bring a little, I will say reality, but
Yeah.
related to today that they can
Wow.
read it and say, okay, I understand what you're saying. Because again, you have various translations of the Bible. However, uh, it may not be easily comprehensible to someone. And so I
Yeah.
bring stories in relate. It talks about everything. And so again, it was just inspiring to help people, to give them that avenue that they can read it and say, hey, well, you're talking about me and uh, uh, you're directing me to, again, it's all about, hey, my relationship not only with God but other folks, and what do I need to do to become better, or how can I help someone else?
Oh, that's so good. And it sounds like maybe some of these challenges that you were talking about that you went through, maybe that kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe that kind of gave you some inspiration too to help other people that are going through challenges like that. Is that right?
Definitely, definitely, because again, sometimes uh we go through things and we don't talk to anyone about it, or
Yeah.
we internalize it,
Mhm.
and it doesn't help. It makes it worse.
Right.
And so again, it this is just an avenue to for someone when they read it, they can say, "Hey, uh, I appreciate his vulnerability, and hey, it's
Yes.
helping me too to either go seek the help that you need, or
Mhm.
to continue reading the book and allow it to help you."
Yes. And Anthony, I really like how you said that, these stories in the Bible, you are relating them to things that happen today. Because I feel like sometimes we can read the Bible and, it's just like, oh, well, that was stuff that happened, back in biblical times. But the fact that you're relating it to the things that are actually happening today, I think is awesome. So, Anthony, is there anything else you can share with us about the book, messages within the book, or even anything else about yourself?
It's 150 devotions, and
Nice.
one thing I started with was a prayer. So it starts with a prayer and it ends with a prayer, because again, prayer is communication with God, and so again, it just helps anyone when they read the book, they can say, "Okay, he's starting with a prayer,"
Yeah.
and then it takes them through all avenues where you can read different ones. My most favorite one is "The Roots Never Die." So again, that's the devotion is based on a forest fire, and after a forest fire, um, while everything's burnt out, once it
Yeah.
rains, it starts to grow again. So it's called "The Roots Never Die," and so as long as the roots, we stay rooted
Mhm.
with God, that we will be okay. Things will happen in life, but
Yeah.
we will be fine once well, if we stay rooted.
Ooh, that's good. I love that. That gave me chill bumps. That's a really good metaphor. Yeah, thank you for that. So, um, thank you, Anthony, for the interview. If anybody's interested in picking up a copy of this book, again, it's Anthony Whitfield, and the title is Iron Sharpens Iron Devotional Volume 1. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, also Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you, Anthony, so much for being with us today.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the book. I appreciate you.